y'all doing? It's July 25th. Just got home from work and everybody's done with dinner and everything. I was kind of like, you know how like you'll be having that inner thought, but you're really talking to the Lord. I was at work and I was like, Lord, there's just certain things like when it comes to like you having to, you have your challenges. I'm gonna say it that way. You have your challenges and you have stuff that you're going through. And I was like, I've been in church all my life and I can't remember someone teaching us like the art of warfare, how you overcome the enemy. I know we have our scriptures, you know, your Luke 10 and 19, you know, you're going to tread upon serpents, scorpions, you know, he's going to give you power to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, and like nothing by any means shall hurt you. So in the season that we're in this time, you have to know your weapons. You have to know what you need to overcome the enemy. And I'm just like, Lord, I'm just kind of I'm like scrambling. Like at work, I'm listening to the word all day. I'm reading the word at night. I refuse to be overcome by the enemy. He's defeated when you know how to skillfully use the weapons God has provided for you, for me, for us. And at this point, at this time, it's just like people are passing away. Stuff is happening, and it's not to be fearful, it's to be aware. It's to get in that word, believe it, eat on it, meditate on it. Let that be the only thing in your heart, because fear is the key to the door to get to you by the enemy. The only way you're gonna overcome that is by knowing the word and knowing how to use the weapons that God has given to us accordingly. So that is like my intent, like my heart's cry right now. Like, okay, Lord, I'm about to get in this word to see whatever tactic the enemy is using, that we overcome him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of our testimony. Like, I want to give that skill and that understanding to my children, because he don't care that my children are the ages that they are. He don't care. He's coming for everybody. And it is my job to make sure that they are equipped with what they need when they're out there, because you don't know what your kids are coming across. Not a fearful thing, because God got us, you know what I'm saying? But you want them to be learned. You want them to know the word. You want them to be confident in who God is, what his word says. And that's why they live the life the way that they're supposed to lead it. And it can't be a don't do what I do what I say do. No, I'm living by example. We have nothing to fear. However, we need to be equipped. We need to be learned. We need to, understand the whole armor of God. Understand every integral part of it. That's something that I'm going to be going over with them, so that they can start praying that now before school starts. Ain't nothing wrong with stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But teach me how to have peace in my home. Teach me how to have peace on my job. Teach me how to go into the word and find what I need, so that I can have peace, so that I can have whatever he has for me. I'm grateful for covenant. I'm grateful for promises. That's already done. We're learning how to manifest that. In those seasons where you have to learn, he's going to allow things to happen. That's what I'm focused on right now. What to do when stuff goes on, so that I can get through it. We know that no weapon formed shall prosper. We know that. We know it. We say it all the time. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. The weapon's going to form. I've lived enough in all of my 38 years to know they're going to be formed. So when they form, the way that it doesn't prosper against you is that you know the word. You know what scriptures to use. You know how to fight your enemy. We got it in the Bible. We got it in the Bible, but we got to go in there. We got to go get it now. That's why I'm constantly just searching, just reading. I want to make sure that I have what I need and that I can give my children what they need. That's what I'm here for. And then others around me will benefit from it as well. Because it's not just for me and my four and no more. It's so that we can help one another as believers, as brothers and sisters in Christ. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't wrestle with flesh and blood. I might not like you as a person, but I'm for sure about to let the devil come in and snatch you up because I don't like you. I love you. He defeated. That is our enemy. We are not enemies. It's all a distraction anyway. I still remember he was talking about, I just kept hearing wait. And you have that scripture, lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily besets us. Wait in that instance is talking about a burden and a hindrance. If you look at it in the Greek, and not trying to be super spiritual, but you want to understand what he means when he say wait. So it's like, get rid of those distractions. Get rid of, because he wants you looking in the natural. He in the spirit. And it's something that I learned today about familiar spirits. Like, you got these familiar spirits they knew about the people you don't know about in your past. They are aware of everything in your history and everything in your current, and everything that you do wrong. They're doing an account of it, just like your angels make an account of all the good that you do to present to the Lord in heaven. So if you got a spirit that is for you and a spirit that is against you, now we know if God before us, who can be against us? But you have to be aware of there are outside forces that remember stuff you don't remember. They know what your great person did as to why you're dealing with the stuff that you're dealing with now. If you want to be the person that is the repairer of the breach, like how I'm being for my family, because I just used to, when I was like, Lord, why isn't it happening for me? Like why isn't it going like how I know it should go? It's because something that was a sin that you weren't even aware of, had nothing to do with you from a previous person, on top of what you've already done yourself. And it's just like, and it's like he told me, I was in church sitting down there just frustrated and upset. I don't remember what year this was. I don't remember if I even had my son at that time. I might have been pregnant with him. And he was like, well, Tanisha, it's got to start with somebody. And if you don't do it, then it's going to fall on your children. The devil is a lie. I got it. And my children, my children's children, and generations will benefit from what I'm doing now. That's why I'm telling y'all, come grow with your girl. Y'all, he has given us all things richly to enjoy. Y'all gonna get y'all houses. We gonna get the houses. We gonna get the cars. But there's other things that we are leaving on the table. We're meant to shake it up. There are experience and freedoms in God we haven't even touched yet. And it ain't got nothing to do with money. It's a freedom of, I ain't got to worry about what the enemy trying to do because I'm equipped. I don't want to have to run to everybody. The last season I had, I couldn't run to nobody. I got in this word for myself. I fasted, I prayed. Don't nobody know all the stuff that I seen and what I went through. So I'm telling y'all, houses are great. It's covenant, it's promise, it's wonderful. Having a job, having nice things, it is all nice. But when the rubber meet the road, it ain't about just singing a song on a stage. It ain't about just, this ain't forsake the assembly of yourselves. Y'all, it's real out here. And if you don't know the word, people out here being destroyed for their lack of knowledge. And if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, I can say, hand to heart, hand to God, me and my family wouldn't have made it in the season if it wasn't for the word, prayer, and fasting. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know what's to come. But whatever it is, it's like they say, if you ready, you stay ready, you stay, what's up? You ain't got nothing to worry about. I fasted, I think it was like 20 something days. I fasted earlier this year because it was so heavy on me. Just in and out the hospital, not me, a family member, not to put their business out there. Just back and forth. And one number God that kept me. Ain't nobody called to check on me, but he was there for me. I didn't even tell close friends and family what was going on. I couldn't tell them because the person didn't want them knowing. But God kept me. So it didn't matter that somebody didn't call me or text me or check on me. The person I needed who had the power, who could turn things around for me, he did it for me. And everything the devil meant for evil, the Lord turned it around for our good. So y'all, get in that word. Come grow with me. You can't just go to church, y'all. Now you got to get in that word. You got to know it backwards and forwards. So when the enemy come in like a flood, his spirit can lift up a standard against him. But you got to give him something to work with. Faith without works is dead, y'all. Y'all know I don't like crying on camera. Let me go. Y'all be blessed. Come grow with me. I took my makeup off. That was one of the things I did want to tell y'all. All the crying boo-hooing I did. In this season, I learned to put God in his proper place first. That's it. I learned to put him where he is supposed to be, at the center. Everything revolving around him. Everything is in its place. Everything is where it needs to be. There I go. So yeah, I cried, I boo-hooed. I had that. It was rough. It was tough. I faced some stuff I ain't never faced before. And it wasn't just one thing. It was multiple things all at one time. So that's why I was heavy on fast, and I was heavy on everything that I was doing, because it was just like, what may have worked for you previously won't always work for you, depending upon the season that you're in. And I did that. That's why I'm scrambling now. Not out of fear, but to be equipped. Like we want to be equipped. He wants us to be skilled in spiritual things. You want to be skilled. You want to be ready. Cause like I cried. So it's like not trying to clear it up, but it's like I'm not mad at anybody. If anything, I'm so glad that in that season I was able to let him to protect us and to prove who he is. He already knew him to be these things, because you read it in the word, but I experienced it firsthand. This ain't no secondhand information for me anymore. I know you to be a healer. I know you to be a redeemer. I know you to be a deliverer and a restorer. You were that and so much more for me and my family in this season. And I'm just so glad, not that it's over, but I'm glad that I learned what I needed to learn, and I developed what needed to be developed. And that's why I'm so studious about the word now. I'm so studious about what he has for me, what he wants me to equip myself, because just in this time, because when something bad happens, something good happens. Something bad happens, something good happened. It was just if I went off of how I felt, a lot of the times as people, we have to train ourselves not to focus on the negative. We have to train ourselves to focus on God. Because I focused on you, no matter what's going on around me. If I'm focused on you, because I know you're already going to work it out for my good. I learned that in that season. I got it. Y'all, It's a breath of fresh air to know God for yourself, to know that he's real, to know that you can commune and talk with him for yourself. You can walk with him for yourself. I learned that in this season. I had it before. This ain't the first season I've been through. But this is the first season that I've been through that I didn't beat myself up for not knowing stuff I just didn't know. But I gave God all the glory for everything he got to me through the Holy Ghost. I wasn't by myself. I learned that at a young age. I'm never alone. He's always with me. Your rod and your staff, they come for me. Yeah. Y'all, this has been, like how I feel good and it don't feel good. Like, don't nobody want to go through nothing, but it feels so good to know that you're cared for, you're loved, you're thought of, you're, like, can't nobody tell me about God after this season. Like, you can't tell me what he can't, what he ain't. You just, I ain't the one for that. I am not the one for that. I hope that in whatever season, whatever it is that you're going through, that you get to know him in a way like never before, that it'll keep you going. It'll keep that fire burning. It'll keep you wanting to wake up every morning, and face whatever it is you got to face, because you're not facing it alone, and it's already done. So what I got to do to get that manifestation of it, man, we out here changing. We out here just, he doing it. Y'all, we got it. We got it. I had to say that because I was just like, y'all don't like ending with crying. But I just wanted to have further clarity of, like, we were protected. He proved himself. He had already done it before, but it was the level of how he did it. Like, I'll never take his presence for granted again. I'll never take the time to commune with him for granted again. The church doors ain't got to be open for me to open up my Bible. For me to not give him thanks, to not give him glory. I'm going to let y'all go, though, because I'll be running my mouth.